The Galactic Council's Xenobiology Department had seen many strange things in its 3 centuries of operation, but Dr. Calith's current assignment was proving to be particularly unsettling. The Zenthari researcher sat in her sterile white laboratory, her 4 eyes focused intently on the genetic sequence displayed across her holographic screens. The data before her made no sense, or rather, it made too much sense in the most horrifying way possible. "This cannot be correct," she muttered, her translator chip rendering the words in standard galactic common. She ran the analysis for the 7th time, hoping for a different result. The conclusion remained unchanged. The human sitting across from her smiled pleasantly. Marcus Chen, a geneticist from Earth's United Nations Scientific Corps, leaned back in his chair with an ease that Calith found deeply unnerving. Humans always seemed so relaxed, so casual about everything, even when discussing matters of galactic importance. "Is there a problem, Doctor?" Marcus asked, his tone friendly but curious. Calith's manipulator appendages trembled slightly as she gestured at the screens. "Your genetic data, it is irregular, concerning. When the Council requested biological samples from all member species to catalog our diversity, we expected to categorize humans properly in our database." She paused, choosing her words carefully. "We have categories for prey species, predator species, omnivorous species, and apex predator species. The latter is quite rare. Only 6 confirmed species in the entire Council." "And?" Marcus prompted, though something in his eyes suggested he already knew what she would say. "And your species does not fit cleanly into any category, or rather..." Calith pulled up a comparison chart showing genetic markers for known apex predators. "You fit too well. When we asked which humans were apex predators, expecting perhaps a subspecies or warrior caste, your government sent your credentials and said, and I quote, 'all of them. It's mandatory equipment.'" Marcus's smile widened. "That's accurate." "That is impossible." Calith's voice rose, her normally calm demeanor cracking. "Apex predators are evolutionary rarities. They sit at the top of their food chains, feared by all. They possess supreme hunting adaptations. The Krell with their armored hides and acid blood, the Thorians with their electromagnetic senses and pack coordination. The Vex with their chameleonic abilities. These are specialized species, Marcus. Not baseline biology." "Yet here we are," Marcus said simply. Calith pulled up another screen, her frustration mounting. "Let me show you what I found. Binocular vision, typical of predators who need depth perception to hunt. You have it. Forward-facing eyes that sacrifice peripheral awareness for targeting precision. Check. Persistence hunting adaptations. Your species can run for hours without stopping, literally chasing prey to exhaustion. Confirmed." She cycled through more data, speaking faster now. "High-protein dietary requirements, advanced tool use, problem-solving intelligence, pack coordination abilities. And then," she highlighted a particular gene sequence. "This, adrenaline response systems that temporarily increase strength, pain tolerance, and reaction speed during crisis situations. Only apex predators have this. It's a fight response, not a flight response." "We have both, actually," Marcus interjected mildly. "Fight or flight response. We can do either." "That makes it worse," Calith nearly shouted. "You have the survival instincts of prey species combined with the combat biology of apex predators. How did your evolution produce this?" Marcus leaned forward, his expression growing more serious. "Dr. Calith, I think you're approaching this from the wrong direction. You're looking at humans and trying to figure out how we became apex predators. That's backwards." "What do you mean?" "We didn't become apex predators. We've always been apex predators. Our entire evolutionary history is written in survival of the fittest. And on Earth, fitness meant being able to kill anything that threatened you or die trying." Marcus stood, walking to the window that overlooked the station's alien gardens. "You mentioned the Krell, the Thorians, the Vex. Each of them evolved on worlds with relatively stable ecosystems. They specialized, found their niche, dominated it. He turned back to face her. Earth didn't allow for that luxury. Our planet tried to kill us in every possible way. Ice ages, supervolcanoes, meteor strikes, mega predators. We didn't have the strongest bite or the toughest hide or the fastest sprint. So we developed something better. Adaptability, intelligence, endurance, the ability to create tools, to plan, to work together, to never, ever give up. Calith absorbed this, her eyes widening. You're saying your species weaponized versatility? In a sense, yes. We're not the best at any one thing, but we're good enough at everything that matters. Marcus returned to his seat. You asked which humans are apex predators as if some of us might not be. The truth is simpler and more unsettling. Every human is an apex predator because any human who wasn't didn't survive long enough to become our ancestor. The Zenthari scientist pulled up the genetic timeline of human evolution. These extinction events in your history, the population bottlenecks, times when humanity nearly died out completely, Marcus confirmed. And each time, only the toughest, smartest, most adaptable humans survived to pass on their genes. Evolution through catastrophe, Doctor. It's a brutal curriculum. Calith studied the human before her with new eyes. Marcus Chen didn't look particularly intimidating. Average height by human standards, lean build, no visible weapons or armor. Yet now she saw what she'd missed before. The calculation in his gaze, the controlled precision of his movements, the quiet confidence of something that had never truly known what it meant to be prey. When you joined the Galactic Council, Calith said slowly, many species were concerned. They said humans seemed too aggressive, too warlike, too unpredictable. The Council vetoed membership twice before finally allowing you in. I remember. We thought the problem was your culture, your politics, your history of warfare. But it's not that, is it? It's biology. You're a species of apex predators trying to coexist peacefully with prey species and other predators. That's unprecedented. Marcus nodded gravely. It's something we struggle with ourselves, Doctor. We know what we're capable of. We've seen what happens when humans stop trying to be civilized. That's why we work so hard at diplomacy, at peace, at cooperation. Not because it comes naturally to us, but precisely because it doesn't. Calith saved her research data, a gesture that felt oddly momentous. I will need to present this to the Council. Your classification will need revision. What will you tell them? The Zenthari scientist considered carefully. The truth. That humans are universally apex predators. That this is not a bug in their evolution but a feature. And that... She paused. And that despite every biological instinct telling them to dominate, they choose instead to cooperate. That is perhaps more remarkable than the predator biology itself. Marcus smiled. Genuine warmth in his expression. Thank you, Doctor. That means a lot. As he left the laboratory, Calith watched him go, marveling at the contradiction he represented. A species of apex predators who extended friendship instead of fangs. Hunters who had chosen to break bread with their prey. She wasn't sure if it was the most hopeful or the most terrifying thing she'd ever documented. Perhaps, she thought, it was both. And perhaps that was the most human thing of all.